Done? Okay. So, sir, what is dividend? We discussed yesterday itself. I'll just give you a quick recap. What is dividend? Dividend is appropriation of profit. Dividend is given generally when a company is making profit. Even dividend can be given when you are not making a profit. Let's quickly revise. Dividend is of two types. One is known as final year dividend or final dividend, which is paid over the completion of the year, and one dividend is known as interim dividend, which is paid between two AGMs. So a dividend which is paid between two AGMs is known as interim dividend. Now, what was the procedure for final dividend? First, there will be a board meeting which is held. After the board meeting, there will be a board resolution passed and a percentage is agreed. Let's say 15%. After agreeing that percentage, that 15%, there is a general meeting which is held. Annual general meeting, if it is annual dividend. In that annual general meeting, what is passed is which is known as OR in GM, because it is a part of ordinary business. ADDA, ADDA, appointment of auditors, declaration of dividend, appointment of directors, and adoption of financial statement. So, if ADDA is held, OR is passed. In this OR, members can reduce the dividend percentage, reject the dividend, but they cannot increase the rate of dividend. That is not allowed. When it is declared by the board, it is known as proposed dividend because the board has proposed it. When it is agreed by the members in the meeting, it is known as declared dividend because now this is a liability. Okay. But when it comes to interim dividend, it's very easy. Interim dividend is the dividend which is directly declared by the board. Interim means between two general meetings and there is no involvement. Understand this, there is no involvement of members in case of interim dividend. It is just like your relative coming home and when she or he is leaving, they give you some money. Na? They do now. Nowadays it is convenient, Paytm. Okay. They give you some money on leaving, right? So that is something you don't have any control over. You can't say they give you 500, only 500. Inflation is rising at least 1,000. 500 is too less. So this can't be there. You can't argue. So in interim dividend, there is no argument. Now, understand what is important is if you have a profit, you can declare whatever dividend you want. No problem. But it is only when you have a loss. There are three conditions to be. First, your rate of dividend shall not exceed your average dividend declared for the last 3 years. Now suppose it's a new company, it's your first year, then obviously you won't have last 3 years. So this condition is not relevant for you. Next, you are a company who has not declared dividend in the last 3 years. I'm not saying you are a new company. I'm saying you are a company who has not declared dividend in the last 3 years. No dividend. So then also this condition is not applicable for you. So even in a situation of loss, you can declare dividend. There is no upper cap. But the other two are applicable still. What is the other condition? The amount which you are withdrawing for dividend shall not be more than 10% of the paid up share capital and free reserve. Cannot exceed more than 10%. The mic is slowly disintegrating. The pin is disappeared. After this is also coming out. Very good. Slowly it will eradicate. Is it the other? This one is the only. Okay, that was done. After this, the third condition was, what was the third condition? The amount which is left in the reserve after payment of dividend should not be less than 15% of the total amount which is there in the reserve. That much should be maintained. 15% of paid up share capital, you compare that amount whether that amount is in the reserve. Okay. Once you are using previous year profits to give dividend, in case of loss, the priority will be first you will set off business losses, then you will set off unabsorbed depreciation, then what money is left you can use it for declaration of dividend. Okay. That was all the provisions that we discussed. One point which was there. Once the dividend is declared, it has to be paid within a period of 5 days. That is, it has to be kept in a separate bank account within a period of 5 days. Who is the dividend paid to? The registered holder who is there in the books of the company. Register of members. What is the section number? 88. I asked you last day as well, I'm asking you today as well. Okay. 88 is register of members. Either I can take it on myself or today there can be a banker who is taking the interest if it is paid electronically. So how is dividend paid? Can be paid in cash, check, dividend, warrant, or can be paid electronically. This is how the generations have moved over the years. We started with check, we went to dividend warrant. Sorry, we started with cash, we went to dividend warrant, we came to check, and now we have become so developed that we are in electronic mode of payment of dividend. Okay, but for syllabus purpose, we need to know. Okay, so these are all the points that we discussed under section 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that is the most important section 1, 2, 3 because 4, 5, 6, 7 don't have enough material to talk about. So let's note it down. Let's summarize the section 1, 2, and 3. Quickly, this was what we wrote earlier. Dividend is appropriation of profit and it includes interim dividend. Interim dividend means dividend between two AGM. Final dividend is first declared by the board of directors, then decided by the board of directors, not declared, sorry. First, it is decided by the board of directors. It is recommended to the members in the AGM. Then the members either agree to this percentage, reduce the percentage, or reject the dividend. And they cannot increase the rate of dividend, remember that. Please remember this point as clearly as possible that you cannot increase the rate of dividend. Okay? And for interim dividend, it is directly declared by them. Is it clear till here, sir? Okay. So now there can be two situations. Situation 1, situation 2. Situation 1 says, situation 1, we have a profit. Profit in current year. Profit in current year. Okay. Situation 2 is, you have loss in current year. Loss in current year. So sir, if I have a profit in current year, no problem. Any rate of dividend is possible. Any rate of dividend is possible. If you have a profit, anything is possible. Any rate of dividend is possible. But if you have a loss, the first thing is, can you pay dividend if there is a loss? First question. Can dividend be paid? Can dividend be paid? See, in my book, you will find questions from 2002 November as well. So from 2002 November, you will find that some of the questions are there which are exact as, can dividend be paid out of profit? Comment. So there are questions like that also in the book. Now, obviously, don't expect that ICA will ask you this. Now, what they do is, now they put it in the form of case study. So you need to know how to apply this. Because generations from 2000 till today, what has changed? The syllabus. No, it is the same. What has changed is, previously it was presentation, now it is application. That is what has changed. Okay. So can dividend be declared out of profit? Declared in case of loss. Case of loss. So the first answer is yes. The first thing it says yes, definitely. Yes, it can be done. Okay. Now there are three conditions for it. Condition 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Rate of dividend. I know it's behind me. Rate of dividend less than equal to average of last 3 financial years. Average of last 3 financial years. Next, amount used less than equal to 10% of paid up share capital plus free reserve. And last but not the least, amount left in reserve. Amount left in reserve less than equal to 15% of paid up share capital. Quickly copy. And here you can just put an arrow and write what your important point in related to point number 1. Put a sticker. Obviously, you don't have one. Okay. If it is a new company or a company which never declared dividend, never gave dividend, in 3 previous financial years, then this condition not applicable. Then this condition NA not applicable. Because guys, you got to understand. If I'm a new company, I'm not in this category only. Which one? Greater than equal to. Sorry. Third one will be greater than equal to. At least 51 one should be 15%. Last one will be greater than equal to. Okay. Previous to that is less than equal to, then greater than equal to. Thank you so much. Let's color this up. Correct? Guys, guys, please write quickly. Paid up share cap. There is nothing written after this. PSC is large. One more arrow from point number 2. Amount withdrawn used for set off. Understand this how the way I am writing. Okay. First, current year debt. Now, some people ask me, sir, why are you writing current year depreciation? Guys, understand this. If I am having a loss this year, means this year depreciation also wouldn't have been adjusted. That is why I have a net loss, sir. Use your convenient brain. Okay, use your convenient brain. If you have one, use it. This is your P&L, right? This is your P&L. Let's say your income is 100 lakh and depreciation was 20. And utter all other expenses 40, 60, 30 are like this. Okay? They are like this. You tell me what will be your net loss. Are 50 only. 50 is your net loss. Now understand this. Let's say this is salary, this is rent, this is salary, miscellaneous, and this is depreciation. Now understand this. If I am smart, you guys are questionable. So this 50 is here. First, I will say that in this 20 is unabsorbed depreciation for current year. Why will I say that? Because I know that unabsorbed depreciation I can carry forward for an indefinite period in my life, and I can set it off whenever I want to. So I will say first, I will say that this is unabsorbed depreciation. What is it? Unabsorbed depreciation. So from this 50, 20 is unabsorbed depreciation. What about the other 30? The other 30 is business loss. This business loss I can carry forward for how much time? Only 8 years? Not more than 8 years. So first it says current year depreciation. Next it gives a priority to carry it forward. You will understand CF. No, let me write it. Done. I don't trust you. I don't want a message 2 am in the line, sir, that what is CF. Okay. Carry forward business loss. Carry forward business loss. I had this someone from here only, and now they are online student. I guess they are watching through Zoom at this very moment. They are texting me on my application. Doubt related to what was related to in the class on the application. So some of them on Instagram. Others who have seen that I have written my number on WhatsApp. Let's not take a chance that at 2 am I am replying what is CF. Okay, we'll reply better doubts. Okay. There was one student, he wrote a paragraph. That time I was in class only. I told him I'll go back home and reply the entire paragraph. I could have sent a voice recording. And then you feel obliged that one person has written one full page and the answer was in only 10 seconds I can give. Then I also. So that he feels that sir replied with same intensity. The second is carry forward loan and last one is unabsorbed depreciation. Sir, if your taxation is good and you are a money-minded person, you will always understand that unabsorbed depreciation is adjusted towards the loss. Because it has an indefinite carry forward, you can carry it throughout the time period until the business is alive. Okay, I'm asking you one question, okay? Just related to income tax, not related to. There is this business, and now the business comes to an end. Okay, no business left. Okay? No business left, but it's still unabsorbed depreciation. Can we set it off even when the business is over? Can we set it off after the business is over? Unabsorbed depreciation. See, guys, with full disclaimer. When I studied, there was a provision that unabsorbed depreciation has nothing to do with your business. Even if the business goes into closure later on, you can still adjust depreciation. If after closure you revive your business again, you can adjust the depreciation which was there previously. That is what I say. Now, if it is different for you, okay. But the logic says this is correct. Why? Because it is related to my business. Today my business closed and after 10 years I restart it again. I can still claim depreciation. I give you a very good example. You know this company Ford, F-O-R-D, not fraud, Ford. It has left India. Previously it used to manufacture car in India, it has left. Now they say that they have a loss of 27 years in India. Okay, business loss gone, can't set off in 8 years gone. Let's say Ford comes back to India after 50 years. Okay. Can unabsorbed depreciation be reclaimed? Yes. The only simple requirement was the year that they are leaving India, they should have filed their tax return as a proof that I have paid them. Clear? Okay. Finish writing this. Don't draw the P&L. That was just for understanding purpose. Sorry? Amount withdrawn used for setup. Yeah. See, I will withdraw amount from the result. Okay. Let's say I withdrawn 100 lakhs. First, what I do is I write off current year depreciation 10 lakh. 90 lakh remaining. In 90 lakh, then you will just carry forward business losses. Let's say 20 lakh, which are there. 90 minus 20, 70 remaining. Now in this 70 lakh, you will minus unabsorbed depreciation. Let's say 40 lakh. 70 minus 40, 30 remaining. This is the 30 you can use for payment of dividend. Exactly. It's the priority. Even if you are withdrawing money from the reserve, this pattern you have to in the same way, in the same manner. You're getting money out of the reserve, first adjust these three, then you will go. Basically, when you're giving money to outsiders, the first thing is you will set off your own business losses. Now, if you're withdrawing from the reserve, first priority. When do you distribute money? When your business is solvent. Now, how can you distribute money when your business is incurring a loss? Yeah. At the start of it only, I wrote. If you have even 1 rupee profit in this current year, you can declare whatever dividend you want. No question. No questions asked. It's only when you have a loss that we ask you questions. Why you are doing this? Why you are doing that? Etc. etc. Don. But this is not applicable for 100% government undertaking. Already too many colors are used here. Let's try purple. Any for 100% government undertaking. So it's a government undertaking, 100% government undertaking. These three conditions won't be applicable. Means, sir, if I am in a government company and we are making a loss, we can still declare dividend whatever I want to. Yes. Or a government company, if 100% capital is held by government, even if I am making a loss, I can declare dividend. They fall under exceptional category. Okay, just like you people, exceptional cases. Exception. Done, guys. Now, quickly. Now I'll change the page. I'm not writing too much here, otherwise it will become too much. But one point we can. Just one. What is this special point? No dividend. If defaulted, in payment of deposits. What is this? In both cases, the same thing is written, and you are also writing the same thing, and you are asking me the same question only. If the auditor has resigned, okay, and we are bringing in a new auditor, is this casual vacancy, and an OR needs to be passed within 3 months. Done, guys. I don't understand when did this silent communication is made to you that you will start talking. Means, do I say this or you do it on your own? On your own. She got new sticky notes, so she is trying to show it to the others that we have something new in this. Don't show it to the guys. They will take all of it at this very moment. And you know what they will do? They will stick it on the bench. Because if they do it in the copy, there will be only one sticky note. It will look incomplete. If they do it in the copy, they start it on the table. Later in the break time, they'll roll it against their finger. Okay. And then towards the end, by the end of the day, they start throwing it on someone else. That is the progress. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, we do these things. Oh, yeah, it should be there. Seems pleasant to the eye. I told you which one will you study? You like to study this? Okay. Or you will like to study this? None of you. Perfect. There is this one stall which is right outside. Yes. All these people eat from there only. You also start. Perfect. Entrepreneur. And don't write preneur, write penure. Entrepreneur. Okay. That means now see one small drawing diagram. Company is here. Company will do what? Company will pay dividend. Startup. Company will pay dividend. Okay. Who will the company pay dividend to, guys? Registered shareholders. Registered shareholders by cash dividend warrant, check, or electronic mode. But nowadays, today, this is NA. That is, cash dividend is no more available. Okay, but check. We progressed like this. Cash, then from cash to dividend warrant to check, and to check to electronic media. Today, practically, there is only one method that we use. Electronic method. Okay, in reality. But there is this one method which is now prohibited to be used, which is cash. Others are just a choice, which are there in your. So in the exam, you will also write dividend warrant, cash, check, electronic mode, and beside cash you will write. Today this method is not applicable. Guys, done. Sorry, cash is prohibited. Cash dividend you can't give. No, there is this 29. There is this section of 269 SC, which says that you can't pay amount in cash and income tax exceeding rupees 2 lakh. ये तो idiot. Was payment of exceeding rupees 10,000. 10,000 only, not that change the limit. 10 only. And for that carriage and everything, the limit was 35. Transport, carriage. Remember someone. It is that where I started. Taxation was the source. The channel is all about tax. That is why I give you now. These are unplanned things. You can't plan anything about it. Never thought about being a law educator. It was always tax. Turning of the wheel is that I only got to teach tax once at the start of the career. After that, there was never that I got an opportunity to go for tax. And today, when I have an opportunity, I don't know. There is a lot of work, bro. Teaching 2 IPCC papers, that to law and tax together. Half of my life will go in amendment itself. What I desire is from 2 years from now, yeah, Anyways, I want to retire in 7 years from here. So 2 years from now, I want to at least teach at least for 2 years one practical paper. Never taught any practical paper entire life, and it would be costing. It would be costing because it's boring. See, there is no challenge in teaching accountants because it is as it is very interesting. So the challenge should be to teach something which is boring and then make it interesting. We'll do costing 2 years from now, basically. Never taught a practical paper before. Okay. So company to pay dividend to registered shareholder. Okay. By cash, dividend, check, electronic method. Done. Now, there is this one sentence I will write in red. Note. A company cannot pay dividend in kind or in place of bonus issue. Means you can, just don't say it. Both of them are coming from the same place only. Last day also I explained that the bucket is the same. They either give it as bonus or give it as dividend. They just don't say this word. Yeah. You cannot say that I have given bonus in place of dividend or dividend in place of bonus. You can give both together or you can give one of them. Just don't say this. Don't write in the board report. It's like digging your own grave. That you are writing that in place of dividend which has not been given by the board, we have given you bonus shares. Because indirectly, what does it show? That you are not giving us money and you are taking us our money and treating it as a forever liability. That we will never get back. So don't say it. This is done, guys. There is a question. Okay. Please continue. Company to deposit in how many days? Separate bank account. People at the back bench able to see, understand. Basically, what I was doing is yesterday, whatever we have done, I made you write, and now we'll do a question. Once you finish writing, please let me know. Yes. Somebody said, sir. It must be Buddha. It's you only. Everything which is a problem is related to you. You are the source. Done? Done. People at the back. Okay, let's come to the question. Half my life goes in this only. सर प्लानर में क्लास शो नहीं कर रही, आप उसको लिंक को शेयर करो ना ग्रुप में। आज नहीं आपकी? तो ग्रुप में इन्फॉर्म तो कर दो एक बार, सब मैसेज कर रहा है ना। अरे देखो ना मैसेज कर रहा है सर जी, तभी तो हम आपको फोन किए, वरना क्यों करते। देखो। Guys, 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 please see this question. Oh, exam question, November 2018. November 2018 exam question. Yes, what is? Is there that XYZ Limited is a manufacturing company and has a proposed dividend of 10% for the year 17-18 out of the current year profit? The company has earned a profit of 910 during the current year and does not intend to transfer any amount to the general reserve out of the current year profit. Is it allowed to do so? Yes, it is its discretion. You are not mandatorily required to transfer any amount into the reserve. This is only done in your accountancy in class 12 and all that crap. It's not compulsory. Now tell me one thing. They have said that there is a dividend of 10%. Do I need to check any limits? Why? Exactly, because it has declared a profit in the current year. Very nice. If it wouldn't have been a profit, then we would be looking into things. What's the debate? Any problem? Sorry? Huh? Attendance. Okay. Okay. What's that, bro? Different. Huh? Different. Excellent. Different. Okay. Sir, after 1, 2, 3 comes 4. Common sense. Okay. So company has declared dividend. Company has agreed. So within how many days they should keep it in a separate bank account? 5 days. What if they have not kept it and 30 days have crossed? Then it is known as unpaid dividend. What I am saying is, if dividend is declared but it remains unpaid or unclaimed for 30 years from the date of declaration, means what will happen is company in 5 days will keep it in a separate bank account. We will keep it in the most famous bank account, SBI. Okay, so company declared a dividend on 1st of Jan to transfer it by. You don't count the day when it is declared. Never count the day when you are declaring something or doing something, not the day. The day after that is counted. So leave 5 days, 6th of Jan, it goes to SBI, State Bank of India. Now from here, what I am saying is, from this date, see sir, I am making this, from this day, 30 days have crossed. From 1st January, what is 30 days? 31st Jan. And nobody has claimed dividend from that account. I told you previously. In old era, how it used to happen, the company transfers it in SBI. The company used to issue dividend warrants to all the shareholders whose name were there in the register. You had to take that dividend warrant, go to the bank and get your money. Like it used to happen physically. Or they used to issue you check and then you take the check to the bank within 30 days. Then the payment was done. Today, all this doesn't matter because on Monday the company declares the dividend, by Tuesday it is in your bank account. So all this is irrelevant. But exam, so it's exam, so you need to study it for the exam. So as per exam purpose, very simple. On 1st January we declared dividend. In how many days we need to keep it in a separate bank account? Within 5 days, that is 6th of Jan. If the dividend is not claimed by you shareholders, within how many days? 30 days. 30 days from where? I see, whenever there is a point that the students tend to confuse every now and then, I tend to say these points 4 or 5 times. Similarly, like I was doing yesterday, between share capital, paid up share capital and free reserve, 10 and 50. So I am asking you again, 30 days from where? 30 days from the declaration of dividend, not from the expiry of 5 days. 30 days from declaration of dividend. So if 1st January was the declaration, 30 days will be 31st January. So within 31st January, people have not claimed dividend. Let's say Puja. Puja has not claimed dividend. So it will be transferred into a separate account by the company, which is known as unpaid dividend account. From separate scheduled by to unpaid dividend account. Okay, the amount is transferred to unpaid dividend account. Now this transfer needs to be made in how many days? Within 7 days after the expiry of 30 days. 7 days from the expiry of 30 days. So from 31st January, what is 7 days? 7th Feb. So by 7th Feb, this transfer needs to be made. What you were asking yesterday. If this is not made within 7 days, the company has to pay a dividend penalty interest of 12% per annum. Where else have we studied 12%? Sorry. Calls in advance. Okay. Where else other than calls in advance have we studied? Now you are right. Previously you are not right. In first he said application money not refunded 12% interest. That time he was wrong. Because then it has to be refunded in 15 days or there is a penalty of 15%, 15. It is in private placement that the percentage is 12%. So with this 12%, two things should hit your mind. Section 50, calls in advance, and section 42, private placement. Now what you should do is, sticky note, instantly, 12%, 3 places we have studied. Chapter number 7, chapter number 3, chapter number 4. That is how you make a relation, bro. This is a very big syllabus. You won't remember everything, trust me. Or you give it 10 times revision, then you will remember everything. But do you have the time? No. If 42, 50 and 124. These are the 3 sections where you have studied 12%. Okay. Now what happens is, let's say that the company has made that. First you are writing, okay. You do that connection, whatever you are writing, you finish that, tell me, then we'll start. No problem. Giving you 2 minutes. What was the last day? First was declare 5 days deposit, 6th Jan deposit, 31st Jan unclaimed, unpaid dividend account. Okay. Now the money is ideally sitting in unpaid dividend account. It is there. I am assuming here that the company has transferred to unpaid dividend. Okay. And it is sitting there. How long will it sit there? Calculate 90 days from 31st January. What will be the date? 90 days from 31st January. 20? Check now and calculate rough date. Tell me. 30th April. Okay. I am not going into exact dates. You can calculate for yourself. 90 days. 30th April. By this 30th April, I am asking the company that within this time period of 90 days, see, when you lose something, what do? You try to find the right person, right? Finder of lost goods. Suppose if a dog is lost and somebody finds a dog, the other person who has found the dog will try to locate the true owner, right? So what we are asking the company to do that in these 90 days, Try to find the true owner who has not taken the money. So what will the company do? The company will host it on its website. If it has a website, it will put it on its website that this particular person has not collected dividend, or any other website as well. If it is a government company, it will put on the website of the government company itself that there is a person, or on MCS website, that you have not collected dividend with your name, or it will be a list of people who have not collected dividend. Like in your college also, there is a list now of defaulters who have not paid the fees. If your name is there, teacher will call you in the class. How it used to happen in school? You have not paid the fees. Don't come to school from the class. Your mother doesn't pay the fees. But they show it too much on the television that never used to happen in school. Like a teacher never used to say, I don't know here or with you what your experience was. But the teacher also knew that they never do it in public. So bad to insult someone in public. You not bought the fees today. They don't do it in public. Okay. Yes, Pooja? Any experience? No, very good. Now let's say later it will, no problem. Okay, this is done, sir. Till here done. We are all on the same page. So what is happening, sir? Once again, dividend declared there. Okay. From there, within 5 days, separate bank account. Kept in separate bank account. From there, 30 days, not paid, transfer to unpaid dividend account. 7 days after 30 days, I'll make you do the drawing. It will stay in the unpaid dividend account for a period of 90 days, where you will give information in the website, etc. that if the person is here, please come, let us party, take your money, and etc. etc. Now what happens is, this will be in that unpaid dividend account, okay, for the next how many years? 7 years. And then after that, you will transfer it to IEPF. I'll make you draw the entire thing, so don't worry. Okay, you will make it transfer to IEPF. It says any money transferred to unpaid dividend account of a company which remains unpaid for 7 years from the date of transfer shall be transferred to IEPF. Then it will go into IEPF, Investor Education and Protection Fund. Any doubt what does IEPF do? Basically, whenever you see an advertisement on TV, they tell you like there's Mukesh ki kahani used to come. That person who was chewing gutka for a long time in his ears, he says, I have been chewing gutka for a long period of my time and now I have contacted with cancer. I won't be able to say anything after this. And then they show you Mukesh dying. Mukesh slowly. But there is something to understand. Mukesh wasn't this popular throughout his life. But now every person knows Mukesh. So technically, his habit of chewing gutka has made him famous. Not that you should do it, but you should understand that Mukesh is happy and he is watching us at this very moment. And Mukesh, so he is watching us at this moment. Now, once it goes into IEPF, it's the same story. Anyone, like Pradeep says, no, whose friend was there? Where is your friend? Your friend was there, no? Whom? Okay, I thought maybe he really died. Okay, so last day we took an example that he is his friend and he has named him in nominee and he has no idea about it. After 20 years, he gets to know, oh my God, my friend was so good, not fond of it. Was so trustworthy that he has left me with so much wealth. So what he can do is he can go to IPF, he can present of his death, of his identity, of the share certificate, and last but not the least his nomination. That will be given by the company itself, so no problem. So he can take that money from the company and get the right over those shares. If this doesn't happen, the rights over those shares will be taken by IEPF. It will always be with IEPF. All rights, bonus, right issue, dividend, everything will be transferred to IEPF. Yes. Voting rights as well, but they don't exercise it because they don't attend the meetings. Because the notice of the general meeting is not sent to them. Okay. Done, sir. Till here. Now, there are so many days we discussed into this now. There were a lot of them. As humans, some date you will miss. Definitely you will miss. You are human at the end of the day. And you are stupid. So you know the law, still you do shit. It's normal. So if you are a company, there will be a penalty of rupees 1 lakh. Straightforward. And a continuing penalty. See, whenever days are involved, now there will always be a continuing penalty. The number of days that you are doing the penalty, the number of days you are doing the offense, that many number of days will charge penalty. So it says 1 lakh one time plus the days that they are continuing 500 per day. Okay, 500 per day. You will be charged. Maximum being 10 lakh. But with the officers, the amount is very less. For them, it is 25,000 and 100 per day. Okay, with a maximum of 2 lakh. Let's come, let's write. Section 124 is over. Let us draw. Where is my pencil? Let us draw. Okay, section 124 is unpaid dividend. Section 124, unpaid dividend. And we'll draw it in such a manner that it will become small. Unpaid dividend account. Unpaid dividend account. Done. Okay. First, company. Company declares dividend. Declares dividend. So they will do what? They will transfer in how many days? In 5 days. To where? To separate bank account. Separate bank account. Okay. If from this bank account it is unpaid for 30 days from declaration, right? Early morning, so much to talk. 30 days from what? 30 days from declaration of dividend. What you will do is unpaid dividend account. "30 days from declaration of dividend, so where is the money right now? No. Where is the money right now? It is in separate bank account. Separate account. Now, within how many days you need to transfer this? Transfer in 7 days. To which place, sir? Transfer in 7 days to unpaid dividend. Unpaid dividend. Okay, in how many days, sir? In 7 days. Now, if you don't do that, what is the penalty? No. First, interest. Interest at the rate 12% per annum if delayed. Now, this money will stay here for 90 days. For 90 days, this money will stay here. For 90 days, this money will stay here. Okay. Now, in this 90 days, company will do what? Host details on website. Post details on website. In how many days? In 90 days. So what we will do is in 90 days they will post details on website regarding the holder asset. Now where is the money at this moment? Unpaid dividend account. Now after 7 years, it will be transferred to which place? IEPF. Investor Education and Protection. Investor Education and Protection Fund. And let me tell you something, guys. This matter is not small because about this transfer, the board gives a declaration in the board report, section 134, director responsibility statement. You go and check in those 13 points, this is written. And in the same way, when the auditor is making his report, remember yesterday I told you CARO, CARO, company auditor report order. In that also he tells that whether the company has transferred money to the IEPF. All of this is correct. Investor Education and Protection Fund, IEPF. So it's very simple. Guys, first, right, I'll just show you once more how the entire process is happening here. Yeah. Investor Education and Protection Fund, IEPF. Yes, tell me. No, this separate bank account is unpaid dividend account, which is basically same. Same. I'll just discuss it once. Just finish it off. I'll discuss. Investor Education Protection Fund, IEPF. Guys, done? Let Once you're done, let me know. I'll just explain this one more. Let me just write the penalty here. Company and officer, penalty is given here. 1 lakh in case continuing penalty 500 each day, first during which the failure continues subject to 10 lakh. So 1 or 10 lakh and 500. 110, 500. Minimum, maximum per day. Sorry? This penalty is for the entire section. Any work which you have done delayed. Plus this. But 12% was specific only to unpaid. This is not specific. This is covering the entire section of 120. Minimum 1 lakh, maximum 10 lakh, per day 500. This was minimum 25,000, maximum 2 lakh, and this is 100 per day. Now once you are done, let me just do the entire diagram. Done, sir. Guys, please write little quickly. Guys. Yes, government company can declare a dividend even if three conditions are not satisfied, because section does not apply to government. Done, right? Okay. So now, how is this happening? This is the company X Limited. It declares dividend on the 1st of January. Within 5 days, has to keep this into a separate bank account. Example, SBI, State Bank. Okay. Date is, you do the date. If you're not able to keep it in your mind, write it on your copy. Okay. So the date becomes 6th Jan. Okay. Now, they will keep this money here and wait. And wait. Wait for how many days? Wait for 30 days. 30 days from where? From the date of declaration. From the date of declaration. If up till 30 days, this money is not removed from SBI's account by the holder, 7 days from here, that is 7th of February, okay, they will do what? They will transfer it to unpaid dividend account. Okay. Now, within 90 days of this transfer into unpaid, within the first 90 days, the company needs to put everything on website that this particular person has not taken dividend and this is here, etc., etc. Company will inform. Okay, and this money will be here, lying here for the next 7 years. Okay, what is this interest for? If this transfer is not made within 7 days, then there is an interest of 12% per annum. If this transfer is not made within 7 days, then there is an interest of 12% per annum. Transfer to where? Transfer to unpaid dividend. Now they will wait for 7 long years. If nobody claims anything, it is transferred to. That is the entire procedure. 5 days, 5 days, 30 days, 7 days, 90 days, 7 years. Okay, that is how it goes. 5 days, 30 days, 7 days, 90 days, 7 years. Now this is extremely important for just one purpose. MCQ. They might ask you a direct MCQ, which ICI never does, or they can twist it around into a case study, 7-8 lines, and then ask you the provision. Then how many days this will need to be transferred? They'll give you, and plus this is ICAI, so they will give you options like 5 days, 7 days, 90 days, 7 years. All the options which are there in that diagram itself, they will ask you. Not anything which you can easily unrelate that. This will not be there. Okay. So this is clear now, the section 1 to 4. Absolutely clear. Now let's come to 1 to 5. Okay. Very small sections are here. See, 1 to 5 is something you can write just to read. And I won't even take it to noting. It is just read a section. Because this section will tell you how does money come into IEPF and what is done with the money which is there in IEPF. IEPF being Investor Education and Protection Fund. So see sir, IEPF, where does money come into IEPF? How does it come? Okay. First they will tell you what is the way of that money coming in, and then they will tell you where that money can be invested, utilization of fund, and then what can happen from there. So let's come. I'll just discuss this because it is here. So from where the money can come in? See, there was this old Companies Act, if you remember, 1956. Under that act also there was an IEPF. So when that act was discontinued, the balance in the IEPF will be transferred to Companies Act 2013. The first point, amount in Investor Protection Fund of Companies Act 1956. So first that is transferred. The second one you just studied, From the unpaid dividend account, if it is unpaid for 7 years, the amount is transferred to IEPF. You just studied in section 1 to 4. You just studied this, right? Same thing. Next, application money which you have received for allotment of any security and it is due for refund. And if that refund is not made, it is unpaid for 7 years, it will be transferred to IPF. Guys, please don't mistake. Wait. I took the money and the money is in a separate bank account. When you take money on application, you keep it in a separate bank account. Na? Allotment failed. I refunded the money. There is 11 shareholders who have not taken the money. They have not reclaimed the money. It is there in the account itself. We will wait for 7 years. After 7 years, that amount is transferred to application money received for allotment of any security due for refund remaining unpaid for 7 years along with interest. It's saying in a bank account, na? So for 7 years, interest will be there too. Even if 3% you calculate for 10 lakh rupees, for 7 years, you will get savings interest. Na? All of that together will be transferred to IEPF. Okay, next. Sir, you took money on deposits. How long is the period in which deposits need to be repaid? Maximum period of deposit is 96 months. 36 months. What is the minimum period? Actually, it is 6 to 36, but in certain circumstances, it can go up to 3 months. But that cannot exceed 10% of your paid up share capital in free reserves and securities premium, if you remember. Can't be more than 10%. Okay, it was there in deposit chapter. So suppose we have taken money. Okay, and 36 months over, we have transferred money to separate bank account for repayment. There is this one deposit holder having a balance of rupees 1 crore. Did not take the money for 7 years. So this money will be transferred to now along with the matured deposit 7 years. Now deposit is here. Application is here. What is missing? Debenture. Debentures will also mature, na? Which have not been repaid in 7 years, they will come. See, debentures matured, did not pay, unpaid, remaining unpaid for 7 years came. Now debenture came, deposit came, preference is missing, amount redemption of preference share remaining unpaid for 7 years. See, all your security is covered. Equity, deposit, debenture, and preference. See, sometimes even when you don't want to learn something, they are so easy, they make themselves available for you. Okay. And previous to this, Old Companies Act and your section 124. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.7. Now this is a government fund, right? This is stated by the government. It will receive some donation also from the government, from both central and state government. Okay. So see, it says donation from central and state government, grant from central government. So what is the difference between a grant and a donation? Pooja has got it right. She has also got it right. Grant is related to some condition. It will always be given and it will have a purpose. Like, sir, set up a new area in your school as a playground with a shed. I am giving you a grant of 10 lakh rupees. Grant is always with a definite purpose. But donation does not have a specific purpose. Donation never has a specific purpose. Grant has a specific purpose. Okay. Next. Understand this. This amount which you have in IEPF, it can be invested in government securities. It's a government fund. Won't the government want it to be invested in their securities only? Because that is the most safest area. Government securities are the most safest. Government bonds I am talking, not about government shares. Government bonds, sovereign gold bonds, have you heard? Treasury bonds, T-bills. So the most safest to invest there. So if you invest there, income will also come from there. So income from fund. Now what? Fractional shares. Have you done amalgamation? So in amalgamation, what happens? One company is buying out the other company. Okay. So certain times what happens? They make the payment in fractional shares. Means it is coming like 45,348.58 shares. Basically what it is, you will value the other company. If I want to buy Pooja's company, how will I value Pooja's company? Total asset minus current liability. This is what Pooja's company is worth. Now I am saying Pooja won't pay you in cash. I'll pay you. I'll not pay you in cash. I'll pay you in shares of my company. Pooja is like, okay. So I'm like, see Pooja, your total balance which is coming to is 49 lakh. I will pay you the same of shares of 100 each at 80% premium. Shares of 100 each at 80% premium. So shares of 100 each at 80% premium means how much? 180. You divide 40 lakhs by 180. It's coming in fractional, na? So what IPF can do is IPF can sell off the fractional shares. That is possible. IPF can sell off the fractional shares. That is possible. That is possible. They can do that. They have that ability to make sure that this can happen. They can do that. Fractional share possible. Okay, this is allowed. And once you're finished with that, it says just some other account. So you have, even if you didn't want to remember all this, okay, absent-mindedly also 5-7 points you know. Okay, because 4 of them are related to security. One is an old amount and one is 124. Now just do one thing, take 2 minutes and just read from A to J again, quickly, on your own, don't read out loud. Quickly. Guys, 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 guys. Guys, done. People at the back. J. J says sale proceeds of fractional shares. See, amalgamation. I just thought that if 2 companies are amalgamating, so there will be some fractional left. Now, these fractional shares, if the holder is there, we will pay him money. But there was no holder to be found for 7 years. Then that fractional shares are transferred to IPF. Now IPF can sell that fractional shares in the market. After 7 years, we'll pay that money. Within 7 years, he comes in. Take the share. No problem. Guys, done. Okay. Let's see whether we remember this one. Let's take a chance. Okay. Let's see whether, obviously you look there. No? That is why there is no. So let's see whether we take a chance. First, transfer from old Companies Act to New Companies Act 1956 to this. Then one section was 124. So 124, 2 points done. Then 7 years story. 7 years for application, 7 years for preference, deposits, debenture. Done. Grants, donation. Done. Fractional share, selling the market. Done. Government wants to invest money that we invest in government security, income. Done. All points. You know why do you remember this? Because at the start of it, I said it is not important. If I would have said that this is necessary, then it comes so many points. How will we remember? Now, what do you use it for? Guess. You are holding that amount with you. He comes back. Silva. Change your name, bro. Selva. What? How do you spell it? Selva. Selva. Okay. Selva. Selva Dheeraj. Dhiran. Dhiran. D-E-E. Okay. Selva Dhiran. Okay. Done. Peace out. Now I remember. Okay. So basically, first my purpose where they will pay is if Selva Dhiran comes to their office. He'll be like, sir, my friend P2. Okay. Sanjay, sorry. My friend Sanjay has paid me the nominee. Here is his death certificate. Here is his body decaying. Okay, photo. And this is my share certificate. Okay, this is my Aadhaar card. So I want those shares and whatever money in these years accumulated on it with interest given to me right now. So IPF doesn't do all that problem. They investigate. It takes a period of 30 to 40 days, government department, 30 to 60 maybe. So, and with that time, they tell you that, okay, this is, if everything is genuine, they will give you the money. If not, then tata bye-bye. That money remains with IPF for the rest of your life. That is one way where they use the money. What is the other way? The name is Investor Education and Protection Fund. They run schools for providing education related to investment. Okay? I'm not talking about which share to invest in. Not that. Risk management. That is what I'm talking. Next. It also provides protection to the interest of the investor. This is same thing which is done by SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. It protects the interest of the investor. That is, they are not being fraud for this. Distribution on any discharged amount among persons who have suffered loss. Heavy word. Discharged amount. What does this mean? Pooja, fraud person. Okay. She has committed a fraud. Okay. In which she has earned, let's say, rupees 10. And because of her fraud, innocent investors like us, we have lost 10,000 rupees. Now, IPF will do what is, he will separate Pooja from that money. Disgorgement means a separation. And they will take that money and put it into their own account and pay off the people who have incurred the loss. Disgorgement means separation, separating the criminal from the crime money. Okay. You remember class action under section 37? Class action. Now understand there are 1 million shareholders, but all of them are poor. They do not have enough money to engage the services of a lawyer and some lawyer. So this man, not handsome man as in looks handsome as in handsome in his work. That is what I mean. They show you on TV, they show everything very glamorous. All soldiers, all army professionals, all doctors, all lawyers, everyone is very glamorous. But ma'am, that only happens on television. In real life, Doesn't happen. In real life, you will only imagine that you will walk into an office and your boss will be like so beautiful, like a wow, that you will feel like coming to the office every day. Okay. He was he was beautiful. Means some of us we did not feel like going to office on a Saturday, we still went. But first we inquired whether ma'am is coming or not. If ma'am is coming, then we'll go. So our team members were like, on Saturday it was being decided that whether we'll go to office or not. There is this one guy who will message in the group. Ma'am is coming. Okay, now he is waiting if anybody replies. If one person also replies, yes, ma'am will come. Office. Decision done, Saturday wait. Even if he makes full day work, no problem, we'll see. Even if you have no work, it's still shift. Ma'am is there, we'll see. If she calls, we'll go. Full dedication towards work. Or boss. Dedication has to be there. Okay. Now, in this IPF, it is a government office. It's like government fund. So there has to be people managing it. So this will also will have a chairperson. And there will be at least 7 officers and a CEO. There is some place else where officers were sitting. Where? Nafra. In NFRA, how many officers are? Wait, ma'am, wait, ma'am, wait, ma'am, at the back. Near the white wall, yellow, behind yellow, and behind her. Behind yellow, ma'am, only you are sitting. After that, there is the wall. After you, who's sitting behind you? Ma'am, it was so convenient. She looked back, you also looked back. And then is the white gate behind you, the one in black. I can see you from here. Yes, you. The one thing she pointed finger Gayatri towards. Yes, ma'am, you. Okay. So please tell me where other place have we seen members here appointed along with chairperson? Sir, I was sitting so comfortable in the last bench early morning. Like other teachers, why don't you ask the front bencher to me? Tell me. That will make you uncomfortable. Then we'll go to the right side. That? No. Then last person sitting like the lizard to the wall. Last person. Tell me. First stand up so that I can see your beautiful face. Stand up, looking like a wow. I stand up. Where else have we studied members? No, sit. Person in the same row that he is sitting, last one. You. Yeah, you. You can see me, I can see you, I have called you, you know I have called you, still you are trying to act. Tell me, yes, you only. Remember, yes or no? No. Ma'am, yes. Mass. 15, where? Huh? Nafra. Full form of NFRA? National. Wow. Amazing. Section number. Section number NFRA. Section number NFRA mass. Huh? I just forgot. 132. Pratiksha, section number NFRA. Don't look in the book. Section number 1 NFRA. No. Section number NFRA. 132. Okay. What is 134? Very good. Come. So there will have 7% sitting in the board. 7% along with the chief executive officer and the chairperson. If you remember, in NFRA it was 15 along with chairperson. Okay. How many people are required in CSR committee? How many people are required in CSR committee? 3 people are required, 2 are directors, 1 should be independent director. In a foreign company, how many are required? 2 directors, one should be Indian resident. Very good. Very, very good. I speak one point, then you take just one point. Now, whatever will happen with IEPF, see, when people have a lot of funds, a lot of money, they tend to do a lot of shit. So the thing is, with all the amount which is present with IEPF, every year, central government demands a report. Where have you received money from? What use you have done? What income you have? And who are responsible to give? The members who are sitting there. Those 7 people and along with the chairperson. Because the accountability is necessary. Now, so much money you are keeping of the public. One day, one fine day, we see that 100 crore came in, only 1 crore is left. 99 is over. And the person who used 99 is also over. Then who will we track? So continuous every year reporting should be done. And remember, this is serious matter. Those reports are presented in the parliament. Means it is laid before MPs and MLAs and everyone in the parliament. It is serious matter. It is as good as budget which is going to happen. Sit quickly. Let's finish it off. Still in process. So for the 30 minutes that were there, 20 minutes you talked. And last 10 minutes after the start, then you opened your. See Pooja, she has eaten 2 tiffins and come back. And see the big one is still waiting for lunch break. The tiffin is as big as her bag. Same. It's not eat to study, it's study to eat. Done guys. Quickly, please sit, finish it off. And then you can eat as much as you want to. Eat your head as well. Okay. Now, 2 sections remaining, 1 to 6, 1 to 7. 1 to 6, 1 to 7. There can be a situation. Tell me if it is possible or not. Okay, first tell me whether it is possible or not. This is Mr. Pooja. This is Mr. Pooja. Okay. And the day that the company is closing its book, maximum period for which the company can close its book, 45 days, but in one go, 30 days. So let's say that the company is closing its books on 1st May. For payment of dividend, this is the last day of entry. Now understand this, sir. In order to transfer shares, there is something which is deposited which is known as a transfer deed. In order to transfer shares, something which is deposited is known as a transfer deed. What? Transfer deed. So a transfer deed has been made. Pooja is transferring shares to, let's say, Joshua, new haircut Joshua. Now we try to make that area doesn't have hairs. Okay, so transfer deed is in favor of Joshua. Okay. Understand this, guys. The transfer deed is deposited to the company on 30th April. 30th April, and one day after the company is closing its book. So understand the tricky position. Here, Pooja, in the books of the company, Pooja is the share member. Okay. And day before, just one day before that the books are closing, which is on the 1st of May, one day before, just one day before, a transfer deed is submitted. Okay. Now the company will obviously take time to register transfer. The company has the right to take time before registering transfer. Though the company does not register transfer as of now, the company waits. Now understand this. The dividend, who will the company pay the dividend to? The company has the right to hold the dividend. The company can restrict payment of dividend, and that is known as dividend in abeyance. Dividend in abeyance. Abeyance means to restrain payment of dividend. But when can the company do this? If a transfer deed has been deposited and that transfer deed was not registered by the company. So the true owner is not to be found as of now. But the company knows for a fact that since the deed has come, Pooja is not the true owner. And to Joshua, the company cannot pay dividend because he has had an amazing hairstyle, but the name is not, the share is not registered in his name. So he cannot get it. So what the company does is, company holds this dividend in abeyance. In abeyance means basically the company is holding dividend for Joshua. The company is holding dividend for Joshua, not for Pooja. For Joshua, but not giving it to Joshua because now it is not registered in his name. So the company is just holding it back, keeping it with itself. So once the books will again open, the company will register Joshua, issue him the dividend warrant and give him the right to go and take the amount of dividend which is there. Yeah, but there is just one way. There is just one way in which Joshua can get the dividend right now. Just one way. Right now. If Pooja authorizes and orders. Two words I have used, authorize and order. Company Pooja authorizes Joshua and orders the company to pay dividend to Joshua. Then Joshua can get dividend. This is written in under section 123. Go and open 123. I'll show you something. Who can get dividend? See point number 2. The order of the registered shareholder. Point section number 123. The order of the registered shareholder. When will she give the order? When she has already transferred the share in which dividend is to be received by Joshua, but it was not registered, so Joshua did not receive it. So she will keep it with herself, or the company can hold it under abeyance under section 126. Okay. Or if Pooja tells the company that please give it to Joshua, then the company will give it to Joshua. Is it clear, sir? Okay. Please close the door. Now last one. Please close the door. The last one. Are you are sitting at last, bro. What are you looking at? He's sitting at the last. Okay, and he's also looking. If you see anyone behind you now, bro, it will scare the hell out of you if there is someone sitting behind you. Or if you are sitting behind, the door automatically closes. You will not be able to walk after that. Okay, let's come and write section 126. Ready? Let me just first show you 126. Wait. Dividend to be held in abeyance. Abeyance means as a restriction. When a transfer deed is delivered to the company for registration, but the transfer is not registered yet. Only one case where Pooja can make the dividend go to Joshua is when Pooja gives it, authorizes, okay, and gives order to a company that please make payment of the dividend to Mr. Joshua, then the payment will be made to Mr. Joshua. And Silva, you missed the drawing. See, I made Joshua. Looking like a wow. Okay, we will include him in main noting then. You will include this diagram in main noting or main noting. Let's have Joshua there. Cut. Joshua is here. Congratulations, Joshua. Just made it to the book. See, guys, love. She always has to start first. He is the main culprit. Okay, so this is section 126. Section 126, dividend in abeyance. Dividend in, sorry, section 126, dividend in abeyance. And obviously you won't know the meaning of abeyance, so I'm just putting a star here. Hold. On hold. Basically, Silva, it means that if the company has closed the books already on the record date, means the day that the company wants to close the book, the company will obviously pay dividend to the person who is named as the member. But what has happened is Pooja has transferred his shares to Joshua. Right day before the closing of the books, which were happened on 1st May, they have deposited the transfer deed on 30th April. Now the company knows that the transfer has been made, but it has still not been registered. So they will not give dividend to Pooja, neither give dividend to Joshua and put it on hold. After the books open, Joshua will be registered, dividend right will be given to him. Or one way it can happen, then Joshua can get dividend today. If Pooja gives in writing to the company that pay dividend to Joshua, that is at the order of Pooja, dividend can be paid to Joshua. Come, let's write dividend in abeyance. What are you doing? Oh, drawing. Okay. Go ahead, draw Joshua. But the beauty has to be in the same manner. If you want, we can call Joshua either. We can call Joshua here. You can see his hairstyle. Joshua, people are your fan. You should be happy. Come, Joshua. Let everyone see your lovely hairstyle at least. You spent 350 rupees, unless 350 people see, what is the use? You see with girls? Okay, Joshua, you can stand there, let everyone see, na? See, with the girls, they will spend 100 rupees on haircut, they will make sure 2 lakh people watch it. Remember, you are spending 350%. Come, I'll cut your hair for 100 rupees. Okay, Joshua, stand. Let everyone see your lovely hairstyle. See, guys. Look at the glamour. Excellent. Sit. 350 rupees. Amazing. One of them gave the wrong advice. Either he advised the barber in the wrong way, or the barber had some work in between, so he didn't go to the editing. Because I, for a matter of fact, know this is what he was trying to do and what happened. There is a difference. He wanted to fade it. Okay, so this will be 3 layers. 3, 2, 1. That is what he wanted to do. But one was done. After that, 2 and 3rd not done anything. Expectation, reality. Okay, then next. Quickly draw, Joshua. The November batch had started more. No, that doesn't. Nobody waits for foundation. Feb. People from that batch are texting from Feb, who I taught last time. They apparently know that I'm coming for intermediate. I also know. But they November 24. Done? Okay. I don't really have to beautify. I'm just kidding. You can draw any person with 2 legs and 2 hands like that. Doesn't mean you have to give him that hairstyle. Just for fun. Within 90 days, if someone comes to claim that amount. Obviously, it will be with interest because it was in a bank account. So whatever has accumulated in that 90 days, he will get. But there is no benefit, there is no loss also for the company, na? Because bank is paying interest on that money. Company is not paying. Na? That 12% which was there, that 12% is if the company does not deposit it within 7 days. That is for that. You are confusing it that the member will get. Member will never get that money. Yeah. Guys, keep quiet. If yeah, that is for the bank. That is given for the bank. The company is not involved. Guys, done. Drawing done. Artistic work done. Let's come in. Okay. So basically what the logic is. First, let me write the logic. Logic. Magic, no logic. Magic. If the transfer deed is deposited, but it is not registered, before the date when the company closes its books. When the company closes its books. If the transfer deed is deposited but it is not registered before the date when the company closes its books, then the first option to hold the dividend. See, the first option obviously will be the most convenient one. They are advising the company, please hold the dividend. Don't pay it. Simple. You are having problem, don't give. Let the shareholder go to hell. As simple as that. Okay. However, let's come to the however part. However, exactly. If the registered holder authorizes the payment of dividend, to the other party, the company can progress. With payment of dividend. The company can progress with payment of dividend. I've written registered other, it won't be registered other, registered holder. Done, guys? Oh, tattoo artist. Do tattoo work later in free time. Now you draw on her face. Okay. Sir, section 127. Section 127, failure to distribute dividend. First understand this. Because there is also a penalty involved and an interest involved. So don't get confused. What is this section 127? It says failure to distribute dividend. A company is required to transfer the amount of dividend in an account in how many days? 5 days. From which the payment needs to be made in 30 days. Suppose this amount is not deposited in 5 days, or the payment is not made in 30 days, then this section 127 is coming. If no payment, guys, understand there is a difference between two things. Unclaimed and unpaid is different. Unclaimed is I put money into that account, you didn't come to take your payment. That is your fault, not the company's fault. Unpaid is I didn't put money in that account after declaring dividend. So how will you come to take the payment? Understand the difference between unpaid and unclaimed. So this is a penalty not for unpaid. It is a penalty for unpaid dividend. Means the company has not paid the dividend. Claimed was earlier. If the dividend is not claimed in 30 days, what do? We transfer it into the account. What account do we transfer it? In 7 days, you transfer it to unpaid dividend account. If it is not transferred in 7 days, there is a penalty of 20% interest. Now here what is happening? This is, what do you feel is a more heavy offense? Not paying dividend or not claiming dividend? Not paying dividend. So if you don't pay dividend, there is an interest of 18% involved. Understood? 18 and 12. There is a percentage involved of 18%. 18% if company is defaulting in paying dividend. 12% 12% if the company is defaulting in transferring dividend into account in 7 days. So that is a matter of transfer only. So only 12% interest. This is a transfer of non-payment, heavy offense. So interest is 18%. How much? 18%. And guys, it is not a small penalty. Wait, you will also go to jail. Every director who has been a party of this non-payment on purpose will go to jail for a maximum period of 2 years. And you will pay a penalty of rupees 1000 per day. And there is an interest of 18%. So there are 3 things that will be there: jail, penalty, and interest. Jail, penalty, and interest. JPI. All 3 you will pay. Okay. Jail will be only to directors who are directly involved. Then penalty is for the company and the director both. And last one is punishment for 18%. And see, it says 18% simple interest. You will pay at simple interest, not compound interest, simple interest. See, where will be the interest coming more? Simple or compound? Compound will be more. So they are giving you some relief here that the interest is being charged at simple interest. That is why they have mentioned, because they are also giving you jail. Na? So some relief has to be given. You can't put a person in jail and totally exploit him. Okay, but there are certain exceptional cases. Okay, that dividend was not paid. Exceptional cases. First, father died. Okay, father died, donkey cried. I know. So father died, and now the donkey is going to get the payment. Now donkey is not able to present the nominee certificate or his identity. Will the company give him money? That anyone will go and say that that person was my father, give me money. So if that is the case, then this is not a default. It says where dividend is paid, not paid out of operation of law. Operation of law means inheritance. Operation of law means inheritance. Now, a shareholder has given the company some instructions. Now, these instructions are something which the company cannot follow. Like for example, I am an Indian shareholder, but I am currently traveling to a foreign country. Let's assume Russia. So I am instructing the company that I want payment not in INR, I want payment in Russian ruble because I am outside India. Company does not want to comply. Can they hold a dividend on that part? Yes. Because it is a direction that you are giving. Say, I am an Indian company. You are traveling to Russia, or you are traveling to end of the earth, or you are dying or diving in the Antarctic Ocean. That is none of my concern. I will pay money and dividend in the form that my company's registered place permits, which is in INR, because I am an Indian company. Point. I am an Indian company. Now I am telling you something. Understand this as well. If you have any confusion, I'll clear it. There are foreign shareholders also of Indian companies. They are not paid dividend in INR. How does that happen? I'll tell you. The money is paid to the banks. Okay, Indian banks. The Indian banks transfer funds in form of INR to the people holding shares of any type of bank through SWIFT. Yeah, well, that is one medium. So the payment is made. I as a company are paying only in INR. The conversion is done by the medieval banks which are in between. So if there is some direction which is given by the shareholder which cannot be followed, okay, then the company can say, sir, that this is not a case of unpaid. You said something, you asked to follow something. This is something which is outside our capacity. So we will not follow it. Next, whether dividend is lawfully adjusted by the company for the sum due. You have taken a loan from the company. The loan is overdue. How can you expect dividend? Have some shame. Okay. You have not repaid the loan, you are expecting dividend. So we will adjust the dividend amount with the loan amount. Okay. Third, where there is a dispute. Pooja is saying pay dividend to me, Joshua is saying pay dividend to me. Pooja is saying, I am Mr. Pooja. Joshua is saying, I had new hairstyle. Both of them are arguing as to who has the rightful right to get interest, get dividend. Okay, so unnecessary dispute is there, so it will be on hold. Last, the dividend is paid, not paid because of without any fault of the company. What happened was, company paid the dividend. Okay, but the bank which was there to whom the payment was made did not credit Pooja's account. So is it the fault of the company? It is the fault of Mr. Pooja. So not Mr. Pooja, the bank. So the company is nowhere responsible. So this can come as a direct question. What are the exceptions of section 127? Under which cases the company is not liable for fault of distribution of dividend? Section 127. So the last section 127, come on, let's write 127. Section 127. Okay, section 127. Payment of, sorry, default in dividend payment. Default in dividend payment. Quickly, just write. Point number 1. If dividend not distributed by the company, if dividend not distributed by the company in 30 days, in how many days? In 30 days. What is the punishment? What is the punishment? Jail, max 2 years, fine 1,000 per day, and interest 18% simple interest. Sorry, jail. First 2 is for director, directly indirectly involved, and the last one will be for the company. Last one will be for the company. So in this we will allow Joshua certain rights. Then only penalty. Now we have 5 exceptions. Okay, 5 exceptions to this rule. 2, 3, 4. Let's go to these 5 exceptions, sir. First one, operation of law. That is inheritance. Operation of law, inheritance. Next, Okay, first is operation of law. Next, directions of shareholder not followed. Direction of shareholders not followed. Direction of shareholder not followed. Next, dividend is adjusted against some debt. Dividend is adjusted against some debt. So operation of law, directions, debt. Operation, direction, debt. Not dead, debt. Dead is puja. Next, dispute regarding dividend. Dispute regarding dividend. There is a dispute regarding dividend. There is a dispute regarding dividend. Last one, no default by company. No default of company. Means the company was not the one at fault. It didn't happen because of the company. It was the other people who committed this offense, not the company. Sorry? They will not get any punishment because they are holders. You are the one who will get the punishment if you do something wrong, not the holders. Directions of the shareholder not followed. Very simple. As a shareholder, I have instructed the company that the dividend has to be paid to me in foreign currency. The company does not comply with it. That we are an Indian company, we will pay dividend only in Indian company. It doesn't suit you, your problem. Simple. Done? Done? Okay. Everyone done? You have completed, so you will talk. You all guys study well. Some of you means let's target at least, let's say in a batch of this many students that have taught, 80% people you cross 60% exemption law. And I'll tell you, it's very simple. Okay, very simple. In MCQ you can get 29 very easily. All you got to do is all the MCQs which are in this book, solve all of them. Okay, your 29 is done there. What more do you require for exemption? 31 marks. Okay, chapters 9, 10, 7, 8. Chapters 9, 7, 10, 8. And a set of 2 beautiful chapters will finish overnight, 5 and 6. Your 31 marks, 40 marks are done here. Okay. Even anything else you don't prepare in the paper, it's sorted. Okay. Even I've seen students like this time only, November 23 only. There were 4 people who completely skipped other laws. Okay. They went like this. MCQ at 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 5 and 6. Charges, deposit, dividend, management, accounts of the company, audit and auditors. 3 of them from 4, 3 of them, they scored 68. 68, 65, 67. One of them got 58. Some problem in writing. because they didn't do other laws only. But I'm not suggesting something like that. What I'm suggesting is priority revision. When you do, these are the topics that should have priority over other topics. This is done now, written by everyone. Let me show you some past year questions. Now this is where we develop concept. Hotspot. I've just turned it on. Okay, done. ICAI. See, slowly. It will happen. It will start happening slowly. First 5 people are talking, then 10, 12, slowly entire class. Okay, let's start. Let's see with November 23 first. Any question of dividend? Okay, you also watch with me if you can find any. Sorry. First question was subsidiary itself, holding subsidiary. First question, holding subsidiary. Then CSR. This is other laws. AGM quorum. Outstanding beliefs not legally applied. The internal auditor. Check. Memorandum. See, I told you they ask you from memorandum as well. Basics. Contract. A. See, deposits. Deposits are here. Okay. C portion. AGM shorter notice 95 days, 95% here. Charges are here. See, deposit and charges will always come together. Come guys, question is here. 5A. It will always be. Dividend is in all papers. 5 marks. Okay, let's start. The board of directors of A Limited made a private placement offer to a group of 150 persons to subscribe for 100 equity shares, each on 1st April 22 after passing a special resolution in this regard. The company received application money from the members on 15th April but did not make any allotment till 31st July 2021. Instead, during this period, the company opted to utilize the application money for payment of dividend that has been declared by the company. See, tactics, amazing tactics. I took money from you, did not give you share, your money I distributed as dividend to someone else. Amazing. Some of the members raised an objection that as allotment was not done by the company within the prescribed time limit, the company is liable to repay the application money with 15% interest. Absolutely right. You cannot use it for payment of dividend because the section 123 exactly says that dividend shall be paid out of reserves, either current year profit or previous year profit, but you cannot use application money. And plus section 40 also tells you, 39 also tells you that application money needs to be kept in a separate bank account before minimum subscription and allotment is completed. So, and 15% interest is correct, guys? Read. It's private placement. So you are among those 6 people out of 10 who got it incorrect in the exam, because they remembered 15 but didn't notice the fact that it is private placement. Now that ICI won't ask you anything which is not in the book. but they will ask you definitely something which you did not pay attention to. So the thing is, don't ignore something because you just think it is to be ignored. And you notice that while I was teaching, I asked you this 3 times. I told you. In private placement, it's 12. In public allotment is 15, because 15 days in 15%, and in private it is 12. Today also I have told you 2 times. But it's different when a teacher tells you, and it is different when you are reading your own question. There are two different things. Okay. Examine the validity of the objection raised by the member with reference to the company. Also decide whether the application money can be used for payment of dividend. No. And the objection, the one objection which they have raised is absolutely correct. Okay. And they are not eligible for 15%, eligible for only 12%. There won't be another question from dividend. This is only one question only. Okay. So this paper we can close now. Let's go to May 23. Okay. Let's find May 23. With the problem with inter is, you know what? Like in foundation, I can take out numbers na, that this, like foundation, I can literally say 2A, contract 7 marks question. 2B, LLP 5 marks question. Here, 5, 7, 5, 12. Every question is 12 marks. Remember it by heart. Okay. 5A, 5B, 6A, 6B. I can tell. There it is possible. But here the problem is, they keep on shifting. Like there, the dividend came in 5A. Now the dividend comes as 1B. But what is constant is the number that the dividend holds. 5 marks. Constant. Or sometimes 5 or 6. I told you at the start of the paper, it can come up to 6. Cannot exceed 6 because maximum number which is there is 6. They ask you questions for 3, 4, 5 and 6 in intermediate. Doesn't go to 2, 1 is MCQ. MCQ. Okay. MCQ. Okay, go ahead. What will be the solution? See, this is proper condition 1, 2, 3.
Unacademy. Let's crack it.